Right now, Live at 5, focusing on systemic racism in Superior, what officials are doing to build racial justice and police force policies in the city. And that conversation is continuing across the country. Today, President Trump is participating in a roundtable discussing police reform.
Coming up tonight, the Sky Harbor Runway project is coming to an end.
And later, improving broadband for rural communities, how several organizations are stepping up to help out.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Welcome to the CBS 3 News, Live at 5. Here's a live look from Madison, where Governor Tony Evers has announced additional aid to hospitals on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Creating change in Superior. The city's mayor, Jim Payne, has called a special meeting tonight to discuss what he hopes could be transformative policy updates when it comes to racial justice.
CBS 3's Ryan Combo joins us live inside the Government Services Center in Superior tonight with more on what's happening there. Ryan.
Yeah, Kristen and Tony, good evening to you. Starting in just about a half hour, the Mayor's Commission on Communities of Color will meet. They plan to review the work they've already established building racial justice and police force policies and talk about the future of what that may be. I'm now joined by Superior Mayor Jim Payne. First off, thanks for joining us this evening. First things first, you know, with a meeting like this, why have some sort of meeting like this?
Well, because that's the point of the Mayor's Commission on Communities of Color, to use Black and Brown and Native voices to actually provide meaningful advice on what policy direction we should take. We have to admit that people that are not living the experience of people of color cannot adequately represent them in all things. And so we ask voices of color to take a leadership position.
And then obviously, you know, a global pandemic still going on. Obviously, the public advised to not come to this evening's event. Why, you know, what have you guys done to make sure the public's input is still heard?
We've had almost 2 weeks now where we've asked people to contact the mayor's office, deliver written statements whenever possible on either social media, email, or even call or snail mail to tell us what their thoughts are and what policy direction we should take. The good news is many of the requests that people have made here at the City of Superior, we've already made those changes. And so we're going to make a lot of those presentations tonight, but we're also going to recognize there's much more work to do, and we're going to keep the community as involved as we can, because this is not a one meeting issue. This is going to be the work of years, generations maybe.
Yeah. And then obviously, you know, following tonight's event, what are the next steps for you guys as city leaders going forward?
Policy. It all comes back to policy. There are a number of things we can do to promote change in our city and our country, but when we work in government, our job is to look at the rules and the laws and the policies that govern what we do. So if we want change, we have to make it that way.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, Mayor Payne. We'll have a full recap of this evening's meeting coming up tonight at 10, but for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Looking forward to that. CBS 3's Ryan Compo live for us in Superior tonight. Thanks, Ryan. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and other top Democrats in the state laid out their priorities for the special session, which starts tomorrow. Walz says they are a coordinated and powerful set of reforms. They include ideas like banning chokeholds and warrior-style training and reforming licensing requirements. It would also centralize data about each officer, like use of force incidents, to increase transparency. Walz says these reforms have been thought out, implemented in other places, and been shown to work.
Minnesota will change the way we do policing. Minnesota will change what accountability looks like, and Minnesota will start to lift up those voices that for too long have felt they haven't been heard. And we need to do it at the legislature.
Democrats are calling on their Republican colleagues to pass similar legislation.
Police reform and the economy are expected to be the main topics of discussion as President Trump holds a roundtable with community leaders in Dallas, Texas today. This comes as the president seems to be at odds with some of his military leaders and congressional Republicans over the names of certain military bases. Skylar Henry is at the White House with more.
Your reaction to Millie. President Trump ignored questions before heading to Dallas for a discussion on economic and justice disparities with faith leaders and law enforcement officers.
We are working on approaching stakeholders and making sure that this is the appropriate balance between ensuring police can do their job and ensuring that there is needed reform.
Ahead of the president's trip, his Democratic challenger, Joe Biden, accused him of avoiding meaningful conversations on race and dividing the country.
When he speaks and gives credibility to these racist folks out there, he breathes out, they come out from under the rocks.
We will not rest until the changes are made.
House Democrats announced their massive police reform proposal earlier this week, and Senate Republicans, led by South Carolina's Tim Scott, are expected to unveil theirs soon.
The ongoing protests have reignited debate about whether 10 U.S. Army bases named for Confederate leaders should be renamed.
President Trump doubled down on his opposition, tweeting Thursday, those that deny their history are doomed to repeat it. But military leaders and even some congressional Republicans say they're open to it.
If we're going to have bases throughout the United States, I think it should be with the names of individuals who fought for our country.
Meanwhile, in a video message to military students, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, expressed regret for accompanying President Trump to St. John's Church last week.
That sparked a national debate about the role of the military in civil society. I should not have been there.
The administration received harsh criticism after federal officers cleared peaceful protesters from Lafayette Square ahead of that walk.
President Trump announced he will hold his first post-coronavirus campaign rally next Friday, June 19th. That date, also known as Juneteenth, is the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States.
Wisconsin hospitals will see a share of $40 million in financial help. Governor Tony Evers announced the direct payments today. The money, which is from the Federal CARES Act, is to help hospitals reeling from lost revenue and expenses during the COVID-19 pandemic.
But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we know hospitals are stretched thin. This funding will help alleviate the financial strain felt by these hospitals and make it possible for them to continue their essential work.
Hospitals will get funding based on their percentage of both inpatient and outpatient Medicaid revenue. They can expect to start receiving the money next month. And let's take a peek at the weather real quick. Dave, at least here in the Twin Ports, pretty sunny today.
Yeah, well, we did get a shower a couple hours ago that lasted perhaps about 5 minutes, and other towns around the region have been peppered with those as well and could continue to do so till about 1 o'clock in the morning tonight. Okay. Let's take a live look at the Virginia area, at the Virginia High Bridge over the Richelieu Pit. And the streets are dry right now, but you've got a 40% chance for a little bit of wetness in Minnesota, 60% chance in Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula, still dealing with the wrap around the tail end of the big low-pressure system that hit some towns harder than others yesterday. Coming in behind that departing low, though, is a cool area of high pressure that's going to help push the low out of our area after midnight tonight and then set us up for a brisker weekend, to put it politely here. The high will make things partly cloudy to mostly sunny on Friday, yes. We'll start the day at 42 by the lake, but could be upper 30s farther inland. And then the high temp in the afternoon's only 63 degrees. The normal's about 70. We're going to stay cooler than normal through the weekend, but next week we could crack 80 once again, and I'll tell you when, coming up in just a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a new assisted living facility is coming to Chisholm, plus creating better broadband access across the range.
Plus, tonight at 6, we're learning more about a meeting in Superior geared toward addressing systemic racism in the city.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS3.
Catch Eye on Parenting every Thursday at 6 with me, Leanne Valdez, on CBS3.
We're working extra hours. We're taking your calls from home. We're hiring more technicians and working however we have to. We're partnering with schools, helping families in need, donating to hospitals, and thanking first responders. We're here. We care. And we'll go to the extreme to keep this community connected.
For every $35 that you spend at the Essence of Health, you'll get a punch on our customer appreciation card. 10 punches will save you $10 off your next purchase.
Want to do more to help your community? The All of Us Research Program is a great way to contribute to health discoveries for today and the future. Call, visit us online, or download the All of Us app to learn how you can make a difference.
Hello, I'm Steve Little, owner of Bath Planet. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve you these last 2 decades. Safety is our top priority, so our workers are following all CDC guidelines to ensure the safety of both our customers and employees. Our showroom is currently closed with a flexible reopen date. Our company is doing everything we can to keep our customers and employees safe during this time. We're excited to let you know that we've extended our offer of 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 2 years on all our products. So you can get the work done now and not have to pay for it until 2022. This offer now goes through June 30th. So call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. We will also give you a $25 gift card to a locally owned restaurant with every new appointment to show our support for other local businesses. On behalf of everybody here at Bath Planet, we look forward to serving you soon. Thank you.
Before using Olea, my hair color was less vibrant. I had to rescue it.
Olea, hair color powered by 60% oils, no ammonia.
The color is really rich, and it looks healthier than before I colored it. My hair's happy right now.
Olea by Garnier Naturally.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Grand Rapids. It's been a pretty sunny day today with a few showers popping up. Dave will tell us if any sun's going to be sticking around. But first, let's go to Kristen for a look at what's happening around the region.
The goal of better broadband takes shape on the Iron Range. Plus, hundreds of COVID-19 testing kits are arriving in Bayfield. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. A new assisted living facility is coming to the city of Chisholm. The IRRB approved a $300,000 grant for the new site to be constructed. It's all part of Aspen Grove Assisted Living's attempt to expand into the city. The 13,000 square foot facility will provide housing and care for 30 residents and is expected to create 30 permanent jobs. Better broadband, that's a shared goal of several cities across the Iron Range. Now, area leaders from Virginia to St. Louis County are coming together to make that happen. With collaboration from local nonprofits like the Blandin Foundation, range cities are searching for strategies to improve broadband access for all rural Minnesotans. This effort coincides with the statewide goal to provide broadband access to all Minnesota households and businesses with faster speeds and performance. And testing kits in Bayfield are set to receive hundreds of new COVID-19 testing kits. The goal is for testing sites run by the National Guard in the area to each have 300 to 400 test kits available each day. The tests are a simple nasal swab and will help the health department paint a clearer picture of COVID-19's impact in the county. The sites are also open to anyone outside of Bayfield County. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come, a year-long project to preserve a piece of nature on Park Point comes to an end.
Winds have been pretty gusty the past couple of days, but they're starting to calm down a bit, and that'll help make temperatures cool down. Yeah, cold snaps coming for the weekend. We'll talk about the temperature trends right after our break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
The nursing program at Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is really challenging, but it has to be. It's approved by the Board of Nursing. And graduates here have been successfully passing the state board exam. They give you real-world experience with healthcare institutions across the community. I'm really glad I chose Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College.
Hello, Northland. It's good to see you.
During this time, staying healthy might look a little bit different.
But we're still here to care for you.
St. Luke's now offers new ways for you to see us.
Like telehealth video visits, which is how I'm talking to you right now.
If you do need to be seen in person, you can rest assured.
We are keeping our clinics and hospitals clean and safe.
If you have any questions
or want to make an appointment,
give us a call.
We'll be happy to help.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
What is it that makes a person tough? Is it their muscles or the calluses on their hands? Is it their tenacity or strength of heart? On Wednesday, July 8th.
There's really no obstacle that I'm afraid of.
America's toughest workers
I'm an iron worker, and I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
will be put to the ultimate test.
All you have to do is find me an alternator.
I'm not giving up. I'm going to be the toughest I've ever been.
Tough as Nails, new series Wednesday, July 8th on CBS.
I chose a career that isn't easy, it's dangerous, and it's hard. Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College has set me up with everything I need to succeed. Through challenging classes, longer defensive tactics training, and instructors who work in the industry, Fond du Lac Tribal and Community College is setting me up for success.
Get your new ATV from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, Jenna Wells will have the latest in news. Plus, we're looking at a very nice weekend in store, but will you need the sweatshirts, the light jackets, or the shorts? Well, you'll have to tune in with Jenna and I for the latest in news and weather beginning at 5.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
On Monday, some towns in Wisconsin crossed the 90-degree threshold, which is not a very common event around our region. And the work week later, temperatures going down. Today, we made 71 in Ashland, 73 in Superior. That may be the warmest we see for a couple of days because cooler temperatures are coming in from the north with Canadian high pressure, and already Minnesota high temps have dropped into the lower to mid-60s. The rest of us follow suit as we go through tomorrow. But next week, perhaps by Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll go back towards 80 once again. So summer isn't over yet. You know, we always worry about that around here, don't we? We wait so long for spring and summer, and then it goes like a flash. Well, let's take a flash up towards the airport in Duluth and eye up the current conditions. And right now, they're at 67 degrees. The relative humidity is 44%, and the northwest wind is now going 12 miles per hour. Still up there a bit, but not towards 20 like yesterday. So calmer winds are coming if we can just hold on for a little while longer. Temperatures, like I mentioned, cooler ones are coming as well. And at this stage of the game, we have a current reading of 67 in Watersmeet, 65 Ironwood, 68 in Ashland, just a little bit cooler towards Hayward, 70 in Superior, 67 in Hermantown, 61 Ely, 63 Grand Rapids, and also 63 towards International Falls. Our high temps could have a hard time cracking 60 by Saturday, but already by Sunday we go back to the upper 60s. Cross into the 70 territory by Monday, and yeah, by Tuesday, Wednesday, we just might get back towards 80 degrees. Doppler map right now is going to show a couple of showers and thunderstorms popping up from the spinning remnants of the low pressure systems from yesterday that brought a lot of rain to some towns and precious little to others. So at this moment, a couple of showers are bubbling up in northwestern Wisconsin, coming down a line here from Beltrami County towards the head of the lakes. And bottom line is, there's going to be a 40% chance for more of those showers tonight in Minnesota as the low continues to go away. A 60% chance folks in Wisconsin and Michigan will be affected by them as well. Maybe an isolated thunderstorm as well, but we're not expecting any severe weather. And then the Canadian high comes to call for the weekend, cooling us down and keeping this next low pressure system at bay perhaps until Tuesday. That's when it'll come our way, warm us up, and bring us our next rain chance. Tonight, what do we get? Well, a rain chance till about midnight or so, maybe towards 1 o'clock in the morning. Minnesota low temps could dip into the upper 30s north of the Iron Ranges, and there's the 40% rain chance. For Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps will be in the low 40s with that 60% rain chance till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Then the high comes tomorrow. Wisconsin, Michigan goes towards the sunny side of life with high temps from 58 to 66, but the normal's around 70. Minnesota high temps will be in the 50s by the lake. 63 to 68 degrees farther inland, mostly sunny sky, north wind 5 to 10. That's all cooler than normal as well. Getting into the 7-day forecast here, it stays on the cooler side, like I've mentioned here, through Sunday. Duluth comes Saturday, may top out at 62, but towards International Falls, it may be a harder time getting towards 60. But then we do reach 73 by Monday, and then the clouds increase as that next low pressure system comes. And for folks hoping for some rain who didn't get everything they needed yesterday, there's a 40% chance on Tuesday. And if that doesn't pay off, another 30% chance on Thursday. In between that precip sandwich, we have 80 degrees coming to call on Wednesday.
Summer sure did feel good. Right back to spring this weekend, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I'll get my snow machine out this weekend and rev it up a little bit.
Snow tires back on the car.
You know, I haven't taken mine off yet.
Oh, see, you're
Maybe
cursing
this weekend
us.
I'm
yeah,
going to
you
do
got to
that.
take them off so the weather gets warmer.
And then 3 months, back on they go.
Yeah, and there you go. Thanks, Dave.
A monster storm on Lake Superior on April 30th, 1967 took the lives of 3 brothers and a brave Coast Guardsman who tried to rescue them. Today in Galveston, Texas, a new Coast Guard cutter was commissioned in honor of that hero. The Edgar Culbertson was commissioned as the 37th Fast Response Cutter to join the Coast Guard fleet and will be based in Texas. Culbertson was posthumously awarded the Coast Guard Medal for his actions in 1967 while trying to save the 3 boys who were swept into Lake Superior during a strong spring storm. Chief Kevin Rofedal, a reservist who serves in Duluth, was instrumental in getting the Coast Guard to name the cutter after Culbertson. One Iron Range city is repurposing an old mine into a mountain biker's dream destination. After construction began last summer, the new 15-mile Redhead Mountain Biking Park opens tomorrow. You can access many of the trails from the Minnesota Discovery Center in Chisholm. From there, it zigzags the banks of old mining pits. Some of the Midwest's most experienced trail architects lent a hand in the project. Chisholm City Councilor Adam Lance says it will make Chisholm a mountain biking destination and will be great for the Iron Range economy.
The locals are excited. The people out of town are excited. You know, we have lots of visitors already planning to come for the soft opening June 12th. You know, it's going to be great for our local economy.
Lance added Redhead Mountain Bike Park has trails for all skill levels. They plan to add about 15 more miles soon. Coming up tonight at 10, we're hearing from one of the architects who helped design the trails and what sets this area apart from the rest.
A years-long project, all in the name of saving a piece of the outdoors on Park Point, will come to an end tomorrow. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with those behind the Sky Harbor runway relocation about why this effort was so important.
Over 8 years in the making.
It took many years to decide how we were going to come up with an alternative that would both benefits both the old growth forest and the airport.
But the Sky Harbor runway project is wrapping up this week.
We're at the ending of that last phase where we pull all the pavements together. We're getting ready to finish everything up and open up the new runway at Sky Harbor.
After years of research and planning and construction, crews have relocated the airport's runway, all as a way to keep the older growing forest and trails nearby.
Being able to coexist with the local trails and old growth forest and be able to maintain both the airport safety and the amenities of having that trail and old growth forest here. So we're very excited.
It's very rare, and to have it right next to Lake Superior, abutting up against the airport, is also another rare commodity that it's very important for us to protect. And
in order to keep the natural scenery next to the airport and give planes more space to land, crews added material in the harbor to build the runway out over the water, instead of cutting down the trees.
Ever since this airport has been here, those trees have been an issue for the existing runway. When we open the new runway, it'll be the first time that none of those trees will be in the new approach system and aircraft can safely land.
And come Saturday, when the new runway opens, Sky Harbor officials hope it'll draw more travelers to the Twin Ports.
Officials have not released the cost of the project. The Park Point Community Club, MnDOT, and the FAA all contributed to the effort. Still to come, this fall, UWS students will be headed back to the classroom. How the school plans to create a safe learning environment with COVID-19 still looming.
Coronavirus has adversely affected most businesses in the area. As an essential business, we are open. We're open 6 days a week. If you need repairs, bring your bike in. We have a full repair staff. We will have the bike done for you as soon as we can.
Be smart. Be active. Be confident. Vision Pro Optical is here for you, specializing in eye exams, glasses, contacts, and billing your insurance. Serving the Northland for more than 30 years with you as our focus. Visit visionprooptical.com for hours and location details. Vision Pro Optical. Be and be seen.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets, 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. You'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping.
Attention!
This is an important message for anyone diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers. In 2015, the Internal Agency for Research on Cancer warned that overexposure to Roundup and other weed killers may increase the risk of developing non-Hodgkin lymphoma. More evidence found that Monsanto may have known that Roundup was likely linked to organ damage and cancer. This information was hidden from the public as proprietary trade secret since 1981, and Monsanto may have failed to adequately warn about the potential risk of cancer. A California jury found Monsanto's weed killer caused a groundkeeper's cancer and issued a verdict for $78 million. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer after being exposed to Roundup or other weed killers, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor.
Please call 800-627-1826.
As we all navigate the challenges of the coronavirus outbreak, know that for more than 100 years, the Better Business Bureau has guided consumers and businesses from the Great Depression to the housing crash. We've connected consumers with businesses they can trust, and we've recognized businesses that are committed to uncompromising ethical standards. We're better together, and the BBB is here to help. Learn more at bbb.org. The Better Business Bureau, building trust in trying times.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3.
Tonight at 10, we'll be out here in the storm.
For up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Stay away from here.
Live local weather coverage on CBS3 Duluth.
Here's a crust too thick and cheesy not to eat in reverse. Keep it coming, buddy. That's right. Back it up. The one and only original stuffed crust. Only from Pizza Hut. Just $11.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
UWS plans on holding in-person classes starting this fall. University leaders made that announcement today. They moved classes online at the end of March to prevent spreading COVID-19. Exact details are still being worked out, but UWS leaders expect classes to be a mix of on-campus and online. Students should also be able to live on campus and play fall sports. Meanwhile, Duluth Lake Superior College also hopes to have classes on campus this fall. They say it will be a mix of on-campus, online, and hybrid courses. They're asking students to continue checking their school emails throughout the summer.
Black Bear is joining the growing list of casinos reopening their doors. They plan to open at 10 o'clock Monday morning with some new safety precautions in place. Guests will notice some machines and chairs removed, plexiglass throughout the gaming floor, and social distancing markers. Bingo, table games, and pull tabs will stay closed along with most of the casino's restaurants. All guests will be required to wear a face mask. The casino shut down in March due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, the stock market has its worst day in nearly 3 months as the number of U.S. coronavirus cases surpasses 2 million. We're in Arizona, where newly reported cases have increased 70% in 2 weeks. Plus our series, Racing to a Cure. A major vaccine trial for coronavirus is moving to the final stage of development. Why some people are volunteering to get infected to help speed up vaccine research. And how a 9-year-old is raising money to help a community rebuild. That's all tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
We dance for healing. We dance for one another. For connection. In ways like no other. Together. Or even apart. We are resilient. The 2020 census is here, and we need to do our part for our people.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
For breaking stories that impact the Northland most, turn to CBS3. Watch Anthony Matt weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m. on Live Local CBS3 Duluth.
Find your favorite CW shows on the Duluth CW, cable, satellite, over the air, and streaming on KDLH Duluth.
A new daycare facility in Silver Bay is opening up doors for businesses.
The 90s of Monday have gone away. Now we have the 60s, and I'll talk about how long those will stick around.
On live local CBS3.
At UCare, we've been decomplicating Medicare plans in Minnesota for a long time. In fact, we've been offering Medicare Advantage plans longer than anyone else. Our Medicare Advantage plans are affordable, and 96% of Minnesota providers accept UCare. So if your provider practices at any of these clinics or hospitals, you can likely keep them. To learn the basics and see how UCare Medicare Advantage plans compare to others, visit ucare.org/TV.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charity Reynolds. I would like to remind you that COVID-19 is still around. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, and stay home as much as possible. Thank you.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from our Spirit Mountain Cam. Let's take a quick look at today's top stories and a glance ahead at what's coming up tonight at 6. Creating change in Superior. Mayor Jim Payne has called a special meeting tonight to discuss what he hopes could be transformative policy updates when it comes to racial justice. The Mayor's Commission on Communities of Color are meeting. They plan to review the work they've already done on building racial justice and police force policies and suggest changes for the future.
After years of planning and construction to relocate the Sky Harbor Airport's runway, the project will finally wrap up tomorrow. Crews have been relocating the Park Point Airport's runway in order to spare old growth forest. The old growth started to become an issue when aircrafts were landing, but instead of cutting down the trees, crews added material in the harbor to relocate the runway out over the water. They're hoping the changes will bring more travelers to the Twin Ports. That's your news tonight at 5.
We'll see you back here at 6. Thanks for watching.